guys, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to do my current everyday makeup tutorial. I'm going to use mostly drugstore products as far as I can. I will link everything I use in the description box below if you want more information on anything. And slight disclaimer before we start, I've recently had my a top up on my brows microblading, and they're at the very scabby stage, so I apologise if you can see that. I'm going to zoom you in a minute. So yeah, I do apologise if you can see the general scabbiness of my eyebrows. Right, I'm just going to put my hair back. That will look like I've got bunches. So hang on, that wasn't good. Get my mirror open for a start. Let's do that and that, and then we shall start. I'm going to, let me just wish you in a little bit. Oh, that's a scary face, isn't it? I'm going to start with some primer. I am using the NYX Angel Veil, which is fairly new. I've had this, been using it about a week or so. It's quite a silicone-y primer. It's white in colour, and I haven't made any sort of final decision as to whether I like it or not. It feels quite nice going on, but I think my skin hasn't been great the last week or so, so I haven't had a real chance to see what it's actually like. Obviously it doesn't give any sort of coverage or anything, it is just a primer. Then I'm going to use foundation. I'm using this Revlon Colourstay. This is in the shade 200, which is nude, and I will put a couple of pumps of that onto my hand. And it's quite a runny foundation. It's very pale shade. This is probably perfect for my skin at this time of year, which is about the palest my skin gets. And I find this is sort of medium coverage, I would say. I do need to build it up a bit in the areas where I need a little bit more coverage. Then I'm going to go in with the Beauty Blender, and I need to put this a little bit around here, my mirror, so just sort of pat this in. I love Beauty Blender. It definitely gives me the best finish for my foundation using a Beauty Blender. This one I have dampened slightly.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by.
Right, that's foundation done. Next, I'm moving on to concealer. I'm going to use the Maybelline, what is this called? Eraser Eye, and this is in the shade Brighten. There's only a tiny bit left at the bottom of this. It's one of these things with a sponge tip applicator, and I use that just for the dark circles around my eyes. I get quite a lot sort of up in this area, so I put plenty of it all the way round, like that. And then I love this at the moment. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. It comes in lots and lots of different shades. I think it's something like 40 shades in the range now. And it also comes in two sizes. This is the super size, and I have this in C4 is the shade that I use. Comes with a big old doe foot applicator like that. And I like a lot of concealer on my nose because foundation wears off my nose very easily. And a little bit more sort of around here, and then perhaps a little bit on my chin where I've got a few more little bit of redness. And then again with the Beauty Blender, just blend that in with everything else. Right, I'm fairly happy with that base now. I look very pale in this. I'm not actually that pale. You've got the window directly behind you, so it does tend to make me look paler, especially in a close-up like this. So I do look a lot more natural in the mirror than I'm coming across here. But next is powder. I am using the Beauty Pie Moonlighting Balm, which is there. It's called Soft Soul Radiance Powder. I'm using the Makeup Revolution B03 brush. I'm liking this pressed powder at the moment. It's I've found that as my skin's drier over winter, that the loose powders were leaving my skin looking a little bit cakey, so just a very small bit of this all around my face is all that I need at the moment. I think as you get older you have to be a bit careful with powders because they can make you look cakey and sink into your lines and all that sort of thing. So this is just perfect for me at the moment. Next we'll move on to bronzer. Again, I'm using a Beauty Pie bronzer. This is the Quantum bronzer called Ain't No Sunshine. That's the colour. It's very slightly too dark for me, this, although in the summer it will be fine, but it only comes in one shade, but it's a beautiful matte bronzer. I really like a matte bronzer. I think anything too glowy or glittery is not good on my elderly skin. I'm going to apply this with the Makeup Revolution B02 blue brush. Again, just a gentle swish around the pan, and then I take this all around the perimeter of my face, across my forehead like this, down my temples, and then underneath the cheekbone and underneath here, which is meant to define your jawline, but my jawline's a bit baggy, let's be honest. So whether it does any good or not, I don't know. And that started giving a little bit more life back to the face with that bronzer. I always think that's a good, it's a nice first step to give you a little bit more life and shape and definition after you've sort of made your blank canvas with your foundation and powder. Right, next I'm going to do highlight. I've got this, I'm quite embarrassed to show you this. It's a Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in Peach Lights. It's sellotaped together. I've had it for years. That's what it looks like. This would probably last me for the rest of my life without any other highlighter, to be perfectly honest. But I usually apply highlighter with a fan brush, and I cannot find my fan brush at the moment. So I am going to use just a fluffy brush, that's sort of a small fluffy brush, which is actually an eyeshadow blender, but it's a bit big for that. So I'm just going to, don't need too much of that. And that just I put along the top of the cheekbones. And I saw another YouTuber I watched doing highlighter before bronzer. It's Marnie, Miss Gold Girl, and I really like the look of it when she does it beforehand. I think you can, it looks as though your highlighter is more blended into your blush, which again, you don't want too harsh a highlight at my great age. It's highlighter, don't know if you can see that. And then we'll move on to blusher, which is the Revlon Cream Blush. That's what it looks like. The colour is Charmed. I really like this. And I'll go in with a sort of stippling brush. This is the e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush, which picks up the product quite nicely. And then just sort of on the apples of the cheeks and bringing them back towards the temples. I think you want to keep your blush quite high. Again, the idea is to lift everything rather than dragging everything down. So I really like this colour. I feel like it's a real flattering colour for aging skin. It just gives you a bit of glow, not too much, it's not too in your face, but it's a real flattering shade for older complexions. Right, that's face done. Now I'm going to put eye primer on. I'm using Makeup Revolution Focus and Fix eye primer, which I really like. This is a recent discovery, nice and cheap. It's a doe foot applicator again. Just put a little bit on each eyelid and then rub it in all over and give it a minute or two to set. And that gives a really nice base for your eye makeup. find with this primer that my eye makeup does last all day, which is really good. Obviously I don't need to do my eyebrows because they're already done. Right, the eyeshadow palette I'm using today is the Makeup Revolution Iconic Pro, the Iconic Pro 1. This is their take on the, oh, what's it called? The Lorac Pro, I think. I've had this for years. I don't know if you can still get it even. I will link it below if you can. That's the shade range. So, as I said, this is my everyday makeup look, so it's very neutral. I like to do just a nice neutral look, and I will start with a crease colour. I'm going to go in with this medium brown on the top row here. I'm going to use a matte brush, which is Zoeva eye blender. I'm just going to go into the crease and work that back and forwards. Something, but just the idea of this is just to get rid of any harsh lines and just make everything softer and more natural looking, I guess. This makeup usually takes me around 12 minutes to do in the morning. It's taking longer today because I'm talking through it while I'm doing it, obviously. But yeah, it's usually around 12 minutes. So I'm now going to do my mobile lid, and on that I like to have something that is light and shimmery. You know what my makeup usually looks like, so that is going to be one of these two colours down here. I think probably let's go with this one here, which is a bit of a shimmer. It's more of a satin than a shimmer, really. And I'm using a flat, this is a, I know what this is, a Sigma brush. It doesn't say it on here anymore because I've had it a long time. It's an E57, it's a flat shadow brush. So I get plenty of that on there, and then that just goes all over the mobile lid. And I think this, having a nice bright colour on your lid, they do say that you shouldn't wear shimmers as you get older, but I like a bit of shimmer on my lid. Not glitter, don't get me wrong. I don't want glitter all over my lid, but I do like a nice brightening. I feel like it really does open your eye up, you know. Right, so it's beginning to take shape now. I'm now going to go in with the final colour. This is just a three eyeshadow look, and I'm going to use this darker brown up here on the top row. It is quite a dark brown. It's a very chocolatey brown, this, so I will be sparing with my application of this. I'm going to get it on the end of a big fluffy brush like this. Just dip that and then give it a really good blow. I know I should tap, but I just blow. I'm just too old to get out of the habit of it now. I do wash my makeup brushes regularly. And I'm just packing that onto the sort of outer third of the eyelid and then up a little bit into the crease. Then again with the other side, exactly the same. And then take another fluffy brush, a clean one, similar thing. This is a brush by Lamora, and again it's just blend, 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 blend it all out so there's no harsh lines and it all mixes together and looks more natural, which is what we're aiming for. Okay, that's the upper part of my eye done. I feel like for this look I need a bit of a brow bone highlight, so I'm going to just use this second colour in at the top here, and I'm going to dip my little finger into it. It's a matte colour, and I'm just going to go under the arch of my brow with that, just to highlight under my brow bone. Always do this with a matte shade, or you can do it with a shimmer if you like, but you don't want it to be too glittery up there. So that's that. And then I'm going to get a sort of short, stubby, fairly stiff brush to do a line underneath the eye, and I'm going to go back in with the original colour that I did my crease with, the sort of mid-brown. I'm going to go about 2/3 of the way under the eye. I like to use this as eyeliner because I don't like the harsh look that proper eyeliner gives. I always use shadow under my eyes, and I just prefer the look as I age to, I think it just looks softer and more natural, and I struggle with eyeliner at my age really. I don't think it's a good look. Right, so that's what that looks like. I'm going to use a very tiny angled shader. This is a step that I like. If you don't do this and you want to try it, it will make your eyes water to start with. I'm going to lick my brush. I know I probably shouldn't, but you don't need to tell me. And I'm going to go into this sort of charcoaly shade here, and I'm going to put a line on the waterline above my eye. I feel like this really defines my eyes without having to use anything over the top of my lash line, because I'm pretty hopeless with doing straight lines above my lash. And I love this step. I feel like it's just perfect in terms of definition. You can see the difference, that eye to that one that hasn't been done. I just really like how it looks on me. At this stage, I like to set underneath my eye so I don't get pan dries from my mascara, and I use this Rimmel Stay Matte Press Powder in 001 Transparent, and I just go in with a thickish, fluffy, or thickish, stiffish eye brush, and just literally put some underneath my eye as close to the lash line as I can. This also has the effect of softening up the line, the dark brown line that I did under the eye, which I always think is quite a good thing as well. I think the softer your eye makeup can be as you get older, it's a good thing. Right, I'm going to go and do my mascara off camera because I can't do it on camera because I just can't. Okay, mascara is done. And the final touch is lipstick, and I'm going to go for, that's mascara done. Final thing is lipstick, and I'm going to use some of this Clarins. I know this isn't Drugstore, so we nearly made it with all Drugstore. This is Clarins Instant Light Lip Perfector. I've loved these products since they came out. The only thing I don't like is the doe foot, the sort of doe foot foamy applicator, which gets residue. If you use it as a lip topper, you get residue of the colour you've already got on. But it's just a nice neutral, no lipstick but no lipstick look. Right, that's me done. Let's just take you over here so we can get some slightly better light and zoom you back out so we get some normal distance, and this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was useful. As I say, I will link everything below that I can find, and yeah, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.